Good morning. All right, so I've been looking at a lot of videos and things about cattle chutes lately and trying to come up with a way to tag our cattle a little easier if we have to doctor them, whatever, get them in the barn. So this is our old barn. This barn is actually, I think it was built before 1900. This is the basement that survived a tornado and everything. So what I have is a couple panels set up. This panel over here was actually, you can see the strapping over there. We actually strapped it with the pipe straps right to the beam, so it only moves a little bit. And then we have a gate right here, and you take this gate and open the gate and let the cows come down here. It's like a little chute, and get some cows in here into this pen area. And all you have to do is swing this panel over, swing it all the way over to the other one, and they're kind of trapped. So then they work their way over here. Now for years we had a pen over here, and this is where we'd work them over here and we'd catch them in this pen. So we took this pen idea, it's actually just the front, the manger, what used to be the manger, and we took and went and got a couple alley panels. These are the Tartar heavy duty alley panels, so they're the big 2-inch ones. And we got two sets here set up in an alley, kind of a funnel, so you can funnel them down. And then we just got this no back alley stop, because we had this chute for a while, and no matter what we did, we had problems with cows would get in it and they wouldn't put their head through how they were supposed to, and it's a manual locking mechanism, so they wouldn't put their head through and they'd back out and they'd get away from you, or they'd get back in this area and they'd try to turn around or whatever. So we got this no back alley stop that lifts up, lets them through, comes back down behind their butt. You can adjust it. We might have to adjust a little bit. And it keeps them from backing up, and you have to set it so this back part is at an upright brace. So that stops it from sliding back. It's fairly tight on the sides, but if it got hit pretty hard, it might slide back. So that's the only bad thing, is you have to have an upright brace to stop it. And we got it in here, and we haven't even used it yet, but we're getting ready to tomorrow. This is our chute. This is a homemade, actually not homemade, I didn't make it. It was made by a welder, and it's got the chute so the cows come in here and they stick their head through, and then you just close this in on them. It's got these sawtooth, and that stops it. The only thing that's bad about it is that they have to back up to get out of it. They have to back up. You have to open up the side door, and they have to back up, and then they go out the side door. The only thing that's bad about this is obviously it's not automatic, and it's actually designed to be pulled with a rope, pulled with this rope from the other side, and that setup doesn't work for us. We need to have it work from this side. So you actually have to have somebody that comes up here and shuts it like that. So the problem we're having right now is, it's not a major problem, but a cow gets in there, they see the person staying on the side. The person on the side moves a little bit too much, they want to back up. Well, now they can only back up out of the chute about 2 feet, and the no back alley stop is going to stop them. We are going to probably put some plywood on these doors. It actually has a front door and a back door, and we're probably going to put some plywood on those as well, to just kind of limit it, so that the only place that there is daylight is where they have to put their head. And the other problem we have with this, once in a while, and this is why you need a no back stop, is because once in a while, if it's open, the cows will try to stick their head down here in the bottom, right here, and or on the other side, and it doesn't have any, so eventually I think maybe we're probably going to take, if we keep using the chute, I was going to put some kind of a, I don't know if it's going to be a piece of wood or what, put in there to kind of take up some of that space. Or on the other side over here, you could definitely put another piece of pipe in there, and that would stop it. But it works pretty good. I mean, when you're talking about working cows, you're trying to do, I mean, at least this is better than the way we used to do it when I was a kid, my dad, he just would use a lariat, and we'd rope them all and tie them to these bars over here, and rope them, and he'd push them up and he'd snug them up as much as you could, and then he would tag them or doctor them, whatever needed to be done. You know, it worked. The hardest part was when you were done. You know, the hardest part was when you were done was letting them go. You know, you get them in there, you tag them, you give them a shot or whatever. They're all mad, and then you got to try to stick your hands in there and get the lariat loosened up. And that was probably the hardest part. So hopefully this is going to work. You know, I've got some young kids, 7 and 5 and 3, and a wife that's never been around cows, and nobody else that helps me has ever been around cows. So this is, you know, you got to try to make it as easy as possible for you and for the cows. And, you know, I could work this by myself. I really could. I could put, you know, a few back there in the pen. I could just gradually kind of push them through, and, you know, take my time, and it would work. And I can certainly try to do it by myself. So that's what we got. Eventually, we want to make the chute longer. I'd like to have two sets of straight panels at least, to make it longer, so the funnel isn't so close. So you could get, you know, the funnel wouldn't be so close to the chute, and then you could get more in the straight alley with a no back alley step at the other end of it. You could probably get 3 or 4 animals in there. The back one would basically be keeping the other ones in the alley, and then you just had to push the back one up, and that would push them all up. That's what I want to get eventually. I've been looking at different chutes, and I got to tell you, you know, I think the thing with the chutes, you know, chute and alley systems and everything, is they're just expensive. You know, you start talking it. They do have a lot of cool features on the chutes and a lot of cool features on the alleys, but you know, the chutes that I've looked at, different ones, I actually really like the pre-fert ones. I think they're probably the way that we're going to end up going. But the you know, a pre-fert, they have 2 chutes. You can buy just the head gate. The problem with just buying the head gate is you kind of got to build the alley to go with it. So you know, you can't just buy the chute. Whereas here we could use these panels with the chute if we have to, and then we could eventually change the panels to pre-fert panels. But the one pre-fert chute is, you know, I think it's $3,500, and the other pre-fert chute that's a little bit better, has a few more features, is like $5,000. Kind of the same thing with Tartar. You know, Tartar actually has a few more options, but the same thing price-wise. And I looked at AeroQuip. I kind of like AeroQuip a little bit, but AeroQuip is probably, you know, twice as much money as pre-fert or Tartar. AeroQuip's one chute's like $9,000. Like, that's not gonna happen. But this is what we have so far, and maybe we'll get a video tomorrow working some cows. I don't know. We're looking to tag them. You can see that cow right there. She's got tags. She's number 32. She's got a yellow tag and a red tag, saying that she's number 32. And the idea with that is we can tag them and give them 2 tags. And the idea is that they're never going to lose both of them, or you hope they're not going to lose both of them. So you can catch them again, say, hey, okay, well, we're going to put another tag back in your other ear, so now you got 2 tags again. And if you do have one that loses 2, hopefully it's only a few of them, but by writing down and keeping track of the information, you say, okay, well, that cow is a red cow, and it looks like, you know, this number's missing, so that's got to be her. You know, you can figure that out by keeping track. If you don't have any on tag, we only have a few tagged. And it's super hard to keep track of how old they are and who their calves are and all of that. So we're hoping to get them all tagged, figure out how old they are by other ones that do have tags that should be in the same age group, and just get a better record keeping system, and hopefully it'll work for us. Thanks for watching.